Let's look at how to start freelance writing with no experience. And I really think this is one of the quickest ways that you can start earning money online. I'll make a list of resources because I do mention a lot in this video, and I'll put a link to that list below. I just made a video about automatically transcribing voice or video to text. And in the past, I also did a video about making speech go to text. So I'll put a link to those. Those are good because it means that you don't need to be able to type to do this. This is an in-depth article I read recently about getting freelance writing jobs. So I'll include this in the resources. And down here, he talks about he never did this before, never did writing before. And then 4 years ago, he started traveling and writing and earned 120,000 in those 4 years. He says that he made most of his money, actually 90%, doing freelance blogging. So I'll talk about that as that's where he made most of his money. To find niche topics that he could write about, he made a list of all the things that he'd done in the past and all the experience he had, and then picked the ones that he actually thought he could write about. So he made a list here and then put in bold the ones he could write about. For each topic, he made an article or two so that he could show what he could do. And he put those on a blog. This is WordPress.com, where it's actually hosted by them. You can make a blog and it's free. And this is just to show potential employers what you can do. Now, because a lot of these websites don't actually tell you the amount that they're offering, I'll give you an idea of the price that he sets. As a beginner, he would typically set $20 to $30 an hour or 5 cents to 10 cents a word. He would normally do this as cents per word because people like it better. As an intermediate, $35 to $50 or 15 to 20 cents a word. And as an expert, $50+ an hour or 25 to 50 cents a word. So let's go ahead and look at some of the websites that you can get the jobs from. This one is ProBlogger. These first 4 are actually specifically aimed at writing for blogs. This first one, ProBlogger, has got a lot of articles that people need. And let's just pick one of these at random. So let's go down and let's try. Okay, here's one here, writers for e-commerce and blogs. It sounds like they want quite a few. You can be located anywhere. It's a mid-sized business. And let's see if we can see the topics. You need to be a native of the US, Canada, Australia, or UK. And it doesn't actually say the topics there, but there's a link here that takes you to a test that they'll get you to do first. There's no topics on that, so I'll just see if I can find one with topics on it. Maybe there's one of these here. This one here, it's talking about family, pet, or home care topics. So let's have a look at that one. So elderly care, family living, pets health, or home maintenance. So a lot of different topics. And it talks about how many words and how much they'll pay. So they'll pay $400 for a long post, which is around 2,500 words, and $75 for one that's shorter, about 750 words. So I think that's okay there. And then you have to click here to apply. Let's have a quick look at the other places then. This one here is allfreelancewriting.com. And let's see if there's something that sounds interesting. One here, cryptocurrency. This one just general business, menswear, and professional resume writer. So that's slightly different. Let's look at this business one. It has got rates over here for this. So you can see roughly how much. This is per post, per page, or per document. So $250 to $500. So that's pretty good. And they're talking here, it's $300 an article, 1,500 to 2,000 words. This one looks interesting. A writer with hospitality or travel experience. This was only posted 2 hours ago. Okay, let's see what they want. It says here, must have 5 years agency or contactor experience wiring websites. So their writing isn't very good. I don't know whether they're a foreigner. I'm not sure. Anyway, a bit strange, that one. Let's go on to the next website. And this is bloggingpro.com. Some more here. Evergreen Lifestyle Writer. Let's try that one. By evergreen, they probably mean stories that can be read year after year rather than a new story that it can be read a couple of times and then people won't read it again. So this is all about dating and relationships, women's health, and tips for your daily routine, things like that. And it would be 2 to 4 lifestyle articles per shift. So those websites are all specifically for writing for blogs. These next 5 are general freelancer websites, but it does include a lot of writing jobs as well. If we go to this first one, freelancer.com, I've used them a lot, and I've had people write for me, people do software, and also people do graphic design. And the good thing here, when I've found people, I've got them to write again and again, or I've got them to do graphics for me again and again, and sometimes even up to 2 years. So if you get a job through here, it can be a continuous job. I can't do a search on this because for me, it's searching for people to write for me or to do work for me. But you just have to put your profile in here and some samples, and then you can bid on different jobs. These other ones work in a similar way. I can just have a look here at some of their writers who have been doing work and look at their hourly rates that they're giving to other people. But you would put up your profile and how much you want per hour. So it varies quite a lot here. You've got $130 an hour and down to $25 an hour. This next one is similar. If you're looking for a service, then you type in the service you want, or you post a job that you want. And if you're a freelancer, then you just register. Again here, we can't look at the details, but it's the same thing. You can sign up and then you can put in your profile. And the last one is the same thing. You put in your profile, and here's some people that have put up their profiles, and then people will look for you. So I think this is a pretty good way to start working online quite fast, as long as you're a native English speaker. It'll take a little bit of time to actually make your profile, build it up with a few articles, and take time to build up some clients. And I recommend not starting too expensive, at least until you have enough work. I've experienced from the other side getting people to work for me. And what I'll normally do if I want something continuously, I'll give a job to about 5 to 8 people and then pick the best. So I think it's important to always do a good job because you don't really know who's going to be your next big client. Don't forget that you don't need to be able to type, because you could use transcription software or speech-to-text software. And check out my videos if you want to learn about that.